saved and executed to perfection.
A loopy serve by Rachan, and what a block by Putowan. Once again, Putowan early.
The net's 1 meter 55 and his legs are that long. He can almost stand there on his left leg and stretch out the right leg and make the net that bit higher.
And Myanmar get their first point. A spike by Wunazao.
Very high because you're in mid-court on the circle that you can see on your screen there. That's where you serve from in the Regu, the three-a-side game, and that's the kind of...
Get that ball over Putowan.
Similar service from Rachan. He takes a little bit of a run.
The Tekong has to be very mindful of that. You've got about 3 meters to play around with that. The distance between the baseline and the...
Decides, no, I don't want this ball, I want a different one. Should have stuck with the first one.
Myokwai gets it over. Bipan with the setup, and Putowan gets that spike in and the point.
Make up the distance between mid-court and the net so easily just by stretching out. As he does again there, and that was perfectly done. The ball came across quite quickly to Putowan, and he didn't...
Showing their class. Post the timeout, just into the near momentum.
It's not purely, it's often used to break momentum if someone's on a run of, if one team's on a run of points.
See if this change works for Myanmar. Thailand celebrate that point over. That was a good block. And Putowan can't really stop that match. That was good by Min Khan. Off the net, and Putowan not able to save that one. Deflects off his foot. You barely have time to react when that happens. That's a good one. Min Khan continues to build on the That was beautifully.
11-5 suddenly becomes 11-8. Over the net, says Putowan, and they're saying that Min Kant 11-5. New complexion on this set.
Putowan deep into his court and gets it powerfully. We spoke about height. It's one of the few times that we see someone get that so beautifully from the middle of the court rather than near.
13-10.
Almost get that spike like serve it. Is the Tekong. That works.
Beautiful block.
Easily done. When the ball is in his path. But here we go, the second set against Myanmar.
For Thailand as he was in the quadrant. They're quite merciless, the Thais. If they've decided that they're going with a certain lineup, they're not going to give...
From the two countries faced each other in the final of the quads. This time Putowan gets it across. That's another point. What a rally! It all started with a brilliant serve by
Here, 4-0 down, serving. Oh, they could maybe have left that one as well. But why leave it if you're sure that you can save, set and spike? 5 points in.
with the serve. Save, set and spike. All courtesy one man, and that's for
4 in a row.
Wow. Min Khan has just injected
With that sunback spike. Oh, and a tape service. If anyone can turn it around, it's Thailand. But the thing is, they've got to score 14 points before Myanmar get
as well on the net.
The serving's been wonderful. They've worked out where to serve. Putuan's doing very
Interesting to see both the Myanmar players standing very close to each other. Putawan gets that onto the net. And can you believe it? Myanmar have surged forward to continue to keep that energy and aggression. And Min Khan with that serve. And Putawan gets the second point for Thailand. Min Khan again. When we used to talk about Michael Jordan's
Thailand absolutely need to win this point on reception of service, and then they need to start winning on their own service. That's been the problem for them in this second set. Yet Thailand now need to come up with some miracles on their own service. Much along the lines of the men's quadrant four-a-side semi-final. It looks as if Thailand will take the first set, Myanmar the second, and then it's anyone's guess as to who will dominate the third.
Into the net. Didn't get that across. I've also got to ask you about the Thai risk.
Concentrating on the third set.
Good attempt at blocking that one, but goes off Min Khan and off course live into this match. Good low header, sets that one up and gets it wide. Use the outside of his foot. Thought he'd go.
Him. So 2 in a row for Thailand. Ratchan. The block goes wide.
Myokoi serving for the set. Myanmar have leveled things here against Thailand. They take the second set 15-7. And what an insane.
And if it's 14-all first to 17, the only thing to bear in mind is we will change ends once the leading team gets to 8. So always a psychological battle.
It felt like a different Thai team turned up. Min Khan gets that spike in. Across the line, or the net of course.
I think we need to see something different from Putuan on service.
Have to serve. It's also important for them to have variations in serves, right? And that's blocked by Min Khan. As Rachan Vipan bats off, headed by Min Khan. Min Khan again and gets another point off Putawan. It was into Putowan's body.
So regardless of what happens on their own service, even if it goes into the net like that, still going out wide.
Then heads back to perform the take-on duties. Just over, takes the net. That's set up for Min Khan, and he gets another point. He angled it towards Rachan Vipan.
There he is. on here because they need to do something different. Puthawan has not been able to block. He just can't get a decent block.
Gotten the better serves in, and which is why Myanmar are in front.
Live stream.
This time with the header. A good service by the Myanmar captain. His opposite number.
Absolutely dominating.
The Myanmar domination continues as they move to 10.
Assumed that Thailand were going to put the second set behind them and come out all guns blazing in the third. And I'd probably have made a change before the change of Puthawan just wasn't getting the services in and wasn't getting the blocks in.
That's very well done.
So he's a different kind of player.
Tavisat gets that point, and as you said, he's left.
You at a different angle all of a sudden. Obviously, players are. It's not as if there's only one left footer in the entire world on service. It's still 2 or 3 points that you've lost, but they've just won one there on a tape service, and that is absolute worth its weight in gold. The lefty service of Tawisak into the net. That's the problem as well. He's coming cold. He's just had to wait.
And you don't have to use your substitute as a Tekong. Tavisat gets the point. That was a well-executed spike. Wonderful, beautiful, and Min Khan.
Back against him, putting in a great one, and ooh, just long. I think he wants to go out in a blaze of glory there. I think it's Tawisak setting up to serve, and I think it's actually Ratchan who should be serving.
Myanmar have beaten Thailand in the men's doubles game here. They lost the first set 15-10, made a comeback in the second in a dominant way 15-7, and have taken it home in the third with a margin of